Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be setting up my half letter. So we are officially here setting up for the month of December, and I am super excited to do so. So let's get started. All right, guys. So I house my half letter in this Louis Vuitton desk agenda. And then in here, I just have all of my inserts, and I kind of designed this the way I needed it to work for my life. And in here right now, it is set up for my social media and sort of business content. So I definitely want to pull this apart and show you guys how I'm going to be setting it up, all the new inserts that I'm going to be putting in here for December. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually pull off the front and back cover because I do want to put it on these discs. Am I going to regret putting them on these discs? Absolutely. Because every time I have them in these discs, it doesn't turn properly, but you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. So here we go. So I'm going to just put them on and pop them in here. So I usually will do, clearly not like that, but I just will try to put 2 on at once and get it over with. So these are just Dollar Tree chopping mats that I have cut down to size as my front and back covers. So it is like a matte or a frosted finish on one side, which I'm using, and then on the other side it is like a clear, and I'll show you that when it opens. And yeah, so I want to go and use these AliExpress discs. You can purchase very similar ones on Amazon, and Tool, I believe, carries the same type of disc. So with these discs, it's definitely a little thicker than what the Happy Planner discs are, so you won't get it to move as freely, but for what it is and for what it's worth, I'm going to use it because I do want this color, and it is like a rose gold color. So for winter, I'm going to start with this dashboard that I made, and it's just this girl looking out the window with, you know, some Christmas trees, and then I just put this Christmas tree paper at the back so it wasn't just plain, to kind of usher in, you know, all the winter and Christmas feels. So I'm just going to kind of go step by step and adding my new pages in, and like leaving whatever I don't need in this old setup. So I'm just going to take out my vellum, and it's the 2021 dashboard. I really need to find another calendar for next year. And then all of these inserts that I have, I've either purchased them from shops or printed them off of Pinterest. And, you know, I'm not selling these items. This is just things for my own personal use. So, yeah. So you can definitely find some cute pictures on there. Some of the intellectual property on there is definitely watermarks, stuff like that. You definitely don't want to use because it is people's creations that they're using for profit. So they sell them usually on Etsy, stuff like that. So you can definitely check out a lot of stores that way. And if you enjoy something, then you purchase it. So I'm going to use that. This is just a finance tab. I do sell all of the items that I'm showing you in here. I do sell on my website, so you guys can check that out in the description below if you are interested. So then I'm just going to put in another dashboard to kind of layer the two. And then this first layout that I did create was, this is new. So last month for November, I had a different layout for my finance, but now I am using, so this is your calendar, and then I am doing 4 boxes, and this will be used as my tracking. So it will just repeat, and then at the end you have your list here. And these are all downloadables, and then all you're going to do is so you'll have both on one page, and that way you're not wasting any paper, and you can just cut it right down the middle, and you're good. You're good for not wasting, as I said, any paper. So what I'm going to actually do is put my tracker, I think, here. Okay, you know what? Let's keep going, and then I will go back to see where I'm going to put my tracker. So next, I'm not going to use this dashboard. I am going to keep going. So in here, I do have my November, and it was a different layout. So I'm just going to leave this one in here. And then the next one is where I am tracking my finances. So I'm actually going to take this out. Do I want this vellum and thing? I'll put it in here for now. And then I can go back to it if I want to keep it or not. So I do have currently 3 different spreads in here. And this is just sort of my finance where I'm tracking. And this is just another layout that I do have. This is another layout that is available. So it is boxes and it's all on one page. So you have your Monday through Sunday all on one page. So you can have 2 weeks at a glance. And this is what I was tracking for my finances. So I'm just going to stick this in here. And then I have back here where I track my sinking funds. So I'm going to pull that out. And then next is these dividers, which is my budget, expenses, and bills. I am using this for, I'm going to take this dashboard with it and take these budgeting trackers that I do have here. And then I do have a subscription tracker and then my Christmas plan. So if you haven't already checked out that video, I definitely think it is a must-see if you are trying to have a debt-free Christmas. I have a lot of great tips on how I am avoiding going into debt this Christmas and sort of what that will look like and how I'm preparing myself for the next month going into the Christmas season. So this is my Christmas plan here and how I'm going to execute that. And all of these dividers, I think I'm just going to take with me. So I do have my business expense tracking here. And then, you know, what I'm making from YouTube. So this expense tracker and income tracker are all, you know, useful tools. So I'll show you a blank one. So this is my YouTube income tracker. And then that way I just put the year and the month and how much and taxes that I'm going to pay. So I'm just going to remove this expenses section and then keep going. Then I just have this envelope. I don't know if I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to put this to aside. It does have a receipt in there. And then the last tab is for bills. And then I'm going to take out, so all my bill payments go here. I do have some bill payment sort of budget videos. If you guys are interested, definitely check those out. And in here, I will just write down how much the bill was. And then I put the date and then the payment. I have so much lotion like within my ring. It's crazy. Well, that doesn't want to come out today, so don't mind it. And then this last page is my home section. So I've been going back and forth if I'm going to add a home section in here again, because I was thinking about going back into my happy planner, but I'm going to put it in here for now, and then I will see if I'm going to use it. So I'm going to end up putting I think I'm going to end up using this layout again for my social media, which I really liked. And it basically has like a check off boxes. So sorry, like little circles. So you check off when you've completed the task. And I like this for my social media because when I have to do certain things, I like to be able to just kind of, you know, check it off and continue going. So I forgot to hole punch this. Let me punch it and I will be back. I feel like I'm really enjoying and getting the best use out of my half letter, to be honest with you. I'm going to be using my happy planner to go back into motivating me like for workouts, for my home, and get back into it that way. As I said, I'm still going to transfer over this home section. Will I use it for home? Probably not. But I'm still going to show you this last layout. And if I want to use it, I'm still going to go back and forth probably for the next week or so and debate if I'm going to use it, but we'll see. So Just gonna put this last. Home has just not been busy, so I feel like I don't need a lot of space for things. But yeah, so that is that layout. And then this is the newest layout that I came up with, and it is like a vertical boxes. So you have, same thing, you have your monthly view. Do I have the sheets in wrong? I think I do. So you do have your monthly view here. And then as you can see, it is just a vertical, like 3 boxes for your week. So that is what it looks like. And then in the back, I just have a note section. And this note section, I just will keep all of, you'll see in a moment. So I'm just going to take this sheet here because I love layering the vellum because the vellum is so thin and it rips so easily. So I like having something sort of behind it. So when I am turning the pages, it has something to grip onto. And I've actually been, because it is so thin, like I love the way it looks and when it's layered, but I've just been putting some paper clips to kind of keep it together so it doesn't tear so easily. As you can see, it's very fragile. And I just made these cute little charms, you know, you just put a little charm on your paper clips and you're good to go. I think I should put it here. And then that is it. And then lastly, here is some just extra sort of note paper and stuff like that I just printed off. These were kind of misprints and just some extra sheets that I had. Do I need all of them? Probably not. Let's take out a few. Okay, so we're good to go. And then lastly is sort of just all of my passwords. So I am going to put this in here off camera and then I'll be back. So here is the last of it. And I think I'm going to put this, I'm going to leave that. And then this is some pictures I have of me, my kids, my husband. So I'm going to stick this back here again. So I'm going to do a flip through, show you guys what is in here now that it is set up for December. And I realize these tabs are a little bit higher, which might be good just because I can see it a little bit better. Or I may have to just go back to the original tabs that I did have. So let's see if I want to do that or keep that. And these little like charm holders I do have in my shop as well, which I love because I can move it from any planner to the next, right? Because it's just disc bound. I had made these 3. You know what? I may like that is a little bit higher so I can get to it faster. So, okay, so let's go through this. And then now this is my new setup for December. And as you can see, those are my top tabs. And then I do have my side tabs. And so for December, I just have a new dashboard here, some sticky notes, and then my 2021 calendar, and then my finance section. And then this is the layout that I'm going to be using for my finance section. And it is undated, which is great. So then I can just put in my weeks. And then I am using these full boxes on basically 2 pages. And that is what it looks like. I changed my ink and it's kind of smearing, but I love how vibrant and dark like it is showing up now. And then here is my tracking section. And then when you go into here, you'll have my budget. So I'm thinking actually, let's do this. Because I'm actually going to use this inside of here. And then let's do this finance here, because technically that's what it is. And I'm going to stick this one in here and take out that dashboard. So this is my sinking funds balance. And then I go into my budget section. And then in here in my budget section, I have my budget trackers. And then I have my subscription printout. And then my Christmas plan. And then next is for my expenses. And then in here, just AdSense, stuff like that. My expense tracking for the business. And then my bill payment section. And then I just print everything usually back to front. Try not to waste paper. And then for my social media section, I am using same thing that I did last month, which is the check off boxes, this layout. And then lastly is my home section, which I do have. It has the vertical boxes. So you could use this and break them up if you're going to do sort of like home, you know, business, social media. You could break them up into 3 different categories if that works for you, and maybe put them in your notes section, covered that up. You have different options with working with these layouts because they're not specific to whatever you want to use it for. You can just make up what you would like to use it for. And then lastly, I have my notes section. And then in my notes, I just have this pretty little dashboard here on vellum. And then the last thing is going to be my password section. I just put some paper clips to keep it together. And then some photos at the back of my family. So that is it for my December setup. So if you're interested in any of these inserts, as I said, they're all linked down below in my description box. So you guys can check that out. And I hope you enjoyed this little setup and flip through. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please leave it down below. And then I'll see you guys.